Hello everybody, it's Luke Venters. I'm back at home now, and I had a nice talk with Steve Ross, who's the crash investigator for the Missoula Police Department. We're both left-handed, as I noticed when he was filling out the incident report, and I kind of jokingly told him as I was hanging up the phone to stay in his right mind about this whole thing. I empathize, with the plight of people that are underfunded and overworked, and there's always going to be another crash tomorrow. So he kind of made it clear to me to not expect, wondrous overnight results about this kind of thing, which I understand. It's kind of in my nature when any problem presents itself to kind of nose to the grindstone until said problem is eradicated from the face of the earth. But I'm sitting out here in my orchard right now with my cat and my dad's dog, who I'm house sitting for the weekend, and it's a beautiful day. Got bales of straw around the garden, got our tomatoes in, spoiled hay to put down as mulch, got all the trees. And it just provides some perspective when you have something happen like unexpected losses in your life, whether financial or material or emotional or whatever they may be. And I think it was St. Teresa of Avila said that everything is a grace. Everything is a grace. And as I was telling my dad a couple minutes ago when I was talking to him, that most especially the things that we don't necessarily expect will be a grace in our lives, like somebody hitting our car and fleeing the scene of the accident and causing time out of our day and stress in our lives and stuff like that. And there's this story about St. Francis of Assisi, and he was out walking and in the snow, came back after months of travel to the abbot that he started in Assisi. And some young man answered the door, and he said, let me in, because he's got icicles hanging off his beard and his robes. And it's kind of like when Jesus and Mary were looking for a place to give birth in Bethlehem, and all the inns were full, so they had to go to the stables. And so this young man answers the door and says, what, we're all full. He doesn't know that it's St. Francis himself who's asking to come in. He just sees a man like a beggar, And so he said, sorry, we're full. And 3 times St. Francis asked this young monk, let me in, please let me in the name of God, let me in. And the guy's like, look, man, I'm sorry, what do you want me to do? There's no room. And so he went and slept outside in the snow. And St. Francis said if he could have gotten through that, all of that frustration, it's like his house, and they won't let him in, right? He said if I could have gotten through that without any, grumbling or spiritually morose feelings in my soul, any kind of, frustration, then that would be his definition of true joy. And I thought about that. I'm still thinking about that. And that's the attitude that I'm taking towards this accident that happened earlier. Will we catch the person that did it? I don't know. In the long run, does it matter? Not really. The car is still drivable, What's going to happen if we do catch the lady that did it is she's going to get thrown up against the wall, and she's going to be on all sorts of charges. Who knows if she has kids and people depending on her, and, well, my car is just a car. It almost breaks my heart to make her fix it if she doesn't have insurance, because she probably can't afford it. But does that excuse what she did? I don't know. It would be nice if she at least stayed out there long enough to say, you know what, I hit your car, I'm sorry. And I would have said, hey, no problem, let's work something out. You got any money? No? Well, me neither. That's life. That's kind of why I'm getting into the insurance business, is because you're covering peril, you're helping people take care of loss so that they are not out unexpected money. Yesterday, when Dorothy and I were covering these tomatoes over here, I was thinking about the nature of insurance as I laid a blanket on the ground to literally cover something. Like, if you get insurance, you're covered. And Dorothy thought it might frost. I'm like, look, it's not going to frost, but let's do it anyway. You do what you're asked to do. So we're out here covering the tomatoes, and I'm thinking to myself, boy, that is the definition of insurance, covering potential losses. So we've covered these tomato plants with blankets and buckets and stuff like that. And even though maybe it didn't really need doing, we did it anyway, because, you know, it's nice to be insured. It's nice to ensure that something bad won't happen. Can you always do that? Not necessarily. But can you do it to a degree whereby and through which, if you get in a car accident, you're covered? Or if it freezes, your tomatoes don't die? Yes, you can. And that's the business that I am now in, or soon will be, after I pass my next state licensing exam and apply for my license. I'll be working for the Knights of Columbus, helping people take care of their life insurance needs and set up annuities and long-term care insurance. So covering their final expenses and taking care of their wives, children, beneficiaries after they die. So, another lesson learned and another beautiful day here in Montana. So, farewell to all of you from my backyard to your computer or phone or wherever you get this. This is the view that I get to see every day when I come out into the backyard. Got the Mission Mountains here and my orchard, apple trees and other fruit trees, cherries, plums, pears, apricots, and tomatoes. So anyway, keep me in your prayers, and especially keep in your prayers this woman that hit me and was so afraid of what might happen if she stuck around that she fled. Because chances are she probably doesn't have insurance, and I don't know why she's driving a car with license plates on it that don't even belong to that car. That's not good business. So anyway, keep us all in your prayers, and God bless you, and we'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.